ownership of land. Yeah, it's from chieftainship. Yeah, they were the wealthy people. A gentleman with the name of Kambadildi. Yeah, he was so rich, and the heads of cattle, it was about 18,000. The oxes only, it was about 10,000. They never slept hungry. They never had children born out of wedlock. All the children were born within the marriage. Yeah, they were never beggars. They left from meat, the game meat and the homestead meat. They were wearing the skin clothes. They had everything. They had so many places. From Oshoronjupage up to Tumet. And even from there up to Fort Rodin also. They came from a place called Okanjole, the Omatako Mountains. Yeah, so that was their ancestral land. Without wasting much of the time, I just want to indicate that over Herero, they were never beggars at all. Yeah, all the Hereros, they were born together like a compound family. They came from a 7 matrilineage, and they used to marry within each other. If someone happened to be not wealthy, you were given a number of 30 head of cattle, and you were given to a small place, yeah, where you can go ahead and look after your family. There was no young man who never had a wife. There were no a lady who does not have a man. While you are in your mother womb, yeah, we had our psychologists who come and see whether you are carrying a baby boy or a baby girl. Yeah, if they happen to find out that you are going to give birth to a baby boy, they will look for a wife. So there was no need for you, if you are born, to go and look for a wife. It's already given. Yeah, so once you are born, you are just told that your wife that you're going to marry is found somewhere. Even the girl was also told that if you happen to grow your man, you will get your husband somewhere. Yeah, you were given. If you don't want, the day of the official initiation, okay, so this initiation period, or when you get married, there is a ritual that you perform there. If the wife disagree with you, you will sing a song as an indication, and you must say it loud. If you give attention to a woman who does not care about you, that is a clear indication that the women does not like you. They were not forced at all. Yeah, you are taken out of that honeymoon. So we were intermarriage, like a son from the father and the daughter from your sister. They call another boys within the homestead. Yeah, and then you are called, okay, among those who are family now, which one do you want from your own choice? And then you look for someone you want. And then you got married again. And this one will get another wife. Oh yeah, we never had a person in our homestead like a person who does not have direction, or a person who get any husband or any wife that is in front of you. So there was a protocol before. So we were never marginalized. So that's how we lived. When the James came, yeah, yes, I was born. The color that I don't like, even as I'm sitting here. Even if you walk in the street, yeah, this is the official color of Overhero. So people are just asking us, are you a Nama or are you a Bushman? Yeah, that one it's very heartbroken because people don't know you. So it's like an insult. Okay, that one is done. Number 3.
What was your family's economic status before the genocide?
Or she or anyway Gundawi or she here hapo ali hupushi. Okay, that one was already answered. Can you go to number 4?
Where was your family's ancestral land?
Hiroshidero, anyway, DDP, Onunduatamuna. Yeah, okay, it is Oshurunjupa. Odohungu. Yeah, it's their ancestral land. Yeah, that is from my paternal side. Yeah, based on us, we focus more on a maternal side. Yeah, and they lost that land up to now. When the Germans came, they didn't come for war. They sent a pastor with the name of Hukohan. They had like a conference in Germany. They said we went to Africa, especially to Overhero people, and we happened to know them. They have their own God. They believe in their ancestral belief. If we give them our Christian name, they are not going to accept it. All these African countries, they send evangelists and teachers and so on. Yeah, so to us, because we were so stubborn, a special person with Hukohan was sent to us. Yeah, because we do believe in our God. When Hukohana arrived, yeah, he came as a peacemaker or as a peaceman. Yeah, we, as we were made by our God, we don't avoid any person who comes to us. This word, it's our culture name called Omundu. It means it's a person like you. It's a human. Yeah, if it is a child, it's a child like you. We never had these divisions.
atubamukubatera
We were always willing to assist.
nangoli matubatire ngwi anjonyukwe onyondolole
Yeah, so once you offer yourself to assist someone, so this person is just like a tiger in a sheepskin.
autokutuhonga mukulu
Now they started to taught us about the new God.
kushanga tuleko ipolopolomyo
So we must leave our those nonsense that we believe in and then believe in a new God.
babehongo banashe betu
So they happen to taught our kids.
abekawonja benyigiro bandumba
They ask the kids to be taught.
abanebeja noni batubehongo betebehongo
Our parents, they agreed that if you want our kids to teach them about anything, we will offer them to go and teach them.
amuyo badumahiro shule
And people came, so those people who came, they were German. They speak German.
okusha
Yeah. And then
mametire kumutolobere
I don't want to waste much of your time.
kibahongwa
When they were taught,
kubahongwa Samuel Maharero
one of them was Samuel Maharero,
Belama Maharero
Belem Maharero,
nobakwao
and others.
abetoora Samuel Maharero
They took Samuel Maharero,
atwakodo Island
they took him to Germany.
abesha
They said,
omundu bina mpitanjo abantu binoniwa
you know, the white people, they had everything wealthy.
kyanu batinga po kudevelop
Okay, so they started to develop early.
matuba ngokushabi ehirwe litane kutoletune
We want your country, or we want your land or your area to look like what you see in Germany here.
obikwirire obihawutona
Yeah, so like us.
okuya namingire mu 18
Now I'm talking about 18.
kiba
So,
utoku yauli
yeah, when they came,
atuto upangoma
we started a good friendship.
Samuel akotoka
Samuel came back,
abehindi Samuel akuye kuchemabeyangehi
so they sent Samuel Maharero to his biological father that we want a piece of land.
babeyangehi
They want land.
atekama hindi olenda nehindi nemwebo
They want
The sand.
Yeah, the sand.
okay oya
No.
okushaije
So his father.
Maharero ayamulandu kuchitakaitolo himchemwe
So okay, when the German came, so they wanted the land. In fact, they wanted the land, and then Samuel was translating this to his biological father, which is Maharero. And Maharero said, "My son, come, take a basket, go to the river or whatever, get the sand," and he brought the sand to his father. And then they took this sand in a basket to the Germans. So the Germans, they were wondering. So he knew that if we give them the land, they are not going to build it. They are going to destroy it. As a small generation, a person who never traveled or knew the world, who never did some thorough feasibility studies, you believe in anything that comes forth. Was given Jesus. Jesus is a savior. He believed in that belief system. He was given honey. So the honey that we knew is from the ant's hill, and you get it after quite some time. They were given sweets. Our traditional clothes were removed. They were given suits. They started reading. Yeah, as a student of today, like you and me. And then we realized that everything is so easy. And that this person wants to develop me so that I can have cars. They invited Waita to Cape Town. They also showed him this wealthy. They came back.
abeutupa 50,000
They started baptizing people.
abepulabwa ku Samuel Mahariro
They also asked Samuel Mahariro.
batubangehi
No, to Mahariro.
Samuel Mahariro
Okay, they asked to Samuel Mahariro, we want a piece of land.
apulya bahini mwana litekiti
For what size of land do you really want?
abeuliko kuondeja batubange hindi tekiti kumkwanga mtuondeja
They showed him like the size of land that we want is as big as that ox.
umukoba
Yeah, the skin of an ox.
agobeiti
And they slaughter this ox.
abantu ekyokulembulula
So the Germans, they cut this skin in pieces.
okulembulula
Yeah,
nebekole
just to cut them in pieces like a rope.
process namanjirayo ngo bunduombe oba myettera kirawe lwanyira yenga
If you cut that skin into the form of a rope, and then you need to stretch it, how many kilometers or whatever will it be?
omwaki yakwi
So the son came to his father.
ajehenguna n'abaherero
So the father was the leader of the Obaherero.
barabeyo byongeyakanga
Yeah, all the Obaherero, they were under the leadership of.
emulayo kyabitadde ohindi tekikumbwa mududobe mundu ekimangulira
If that a piece of land of that size, what do the German want?
patira omuli eyakyanunga yebaite
Okay, let us kill that ox,
tubeepoka higo tekimu
and we give them that small piece of land as the size they want.
kiyata okulembulula kino ngolina
Yeah, so they killed that ox,
Yeah.
and they made it in a rope form.
eyetotte namba 10
Yeah, so it gives like a 10 by 10 meters.
abantu ekyabewuta okuwumba maso olumbo
So the Germans, they started to demarcate that area, that size, in fact.
kimu eyo ngombo
If a goat comes into that area,
ofa okufuta
you must pay.
kuba ngombo mbali mungombo yo
So if one goat went into that area, you pay 2.
kimu ayita ongombe
If a cattle happens to go into that
ofa
area,
okufuta
you must also pay.
bagula mu majembere
If they have
emiti yokuna mumiti
yeah. They plant some special
flowers and trees
flowers and trees.
bima byango bino ruhapo mujiwe
Yeah. So you know the Germans, they love flowers. So whatever they plant into that area is so very appealing to them.
abeuta okuhita omanyibuna
So they started to misbehave.
abeuta okufukisa abantu
So if any cattle trespass, you will pay for that.
tulina kufuta otomwa
If you don't pay, you were beaten.
tulina kufuta tuno
If you don't pay, they went to an extent of killing you.
mu 1903 1902
Yeah, in 1902,
samuel pamucha sorry 18 katambonya kujwa mu 18 something kaihatu
okay. Mahariro, the father to someone Mahariro, passed on.
18 something
Yeah, 80 something. We cannot recall it well. but this time.
okulambo yekera nkuta samuel banana omburahamu mbali
Yeah. So after the death of Mahariro, Samuel Mahariro took over, and he was only living for 7 years only.
okwisha ombunda ihe chapter chimatira mu 1902 mbo kanjira samuel unana
So after the death of Mahariro, Samuel, after 2 years and so on, while he was leader,
92 unana
yeah, okay, in
1902.
1902. So Samuel was now the leader because his father passed on.
okyala era baherero
He told the Obaherero,
okyehi angolita kanjwa kiri abantu ikihima bekambula
yeah, he realized that my father was telling the truth because the Germans, they are about to take over the land.
anjo baherero abantu ikibe yabera robuchuta ukinda yamakali
When the Germans came, they were dressing themselves officially in suits.
podo ntasa podo hemolo mbapa
Yeah, in whatever ties and white chests and so on.
ashaba era omulando olukiita lukwawo
And then because he was the chief, he commanded over Herero not to wear suits anymore.
kabeera njasanze ogamba ngu tino olwombushye
Yeah, so you must turn yourself in buying those hard boots and those hard jackets, those thicker ones.
oba ndoiki abeutu kumusha abantu kubayimana ndomba ndawo bita
So the generals were a little bit worried. Where are they buying the military attires?
that bita
Do they want to start war or what?
yanje mu 1886 ambo
In 1886, somewhere there,
anje tutoba kwena
we were killed by the Namas.
etatu bakwena no
We were fighting with the Namas.
omumeni kumako Christian William Drewa
Yeah. A gentleman with the name of William Zeraiwa.
okinga imwe moyo wa Herero
Yeah, it was one of the Obaherero kings.
akuyo mundu kwatana kulini
Yeah, there came a person who looks like you.
oshikano kitengo kuno birungu eye
Yeah, it was the first time for Samuel and for Zeraiwa to see a white man.
ahimo kusha oshinge kukachasana kino mundu
To him, it was like a state of shock. I never saw something of this. Is it a human or what?
ko kirungu poshi kwa
Was it a ghost or something that I never saw before?
kirongo chalo shana shaka shongo
The name of the place was Oshana Shaka Shongo.
omunda wa shimbingwe usitatondenga mu Namibia
Yeah, it was in the first state of Ocean Bingwe, Omaruru area.
omubandaje mundu musheya osanele ya tembo
So when this person came, the surname was Tembo.
omanda ishindi
They moved.
kusha somuno bihunina kweto bihunina ojo tumapyo kumundu kwatana
Yeah, so they were based in that area. So when these white people came, they said, no, we cannot mingle with these people. To us, they are strange. And then they moved.
omuyigiriza mwinoho atebera omumenu katuko malugu
So this Tembo followed Zeraiwa.
aende puno shimpatiri
He came with a bastard guy.
omulenda pulisha omungezi ubikako omuntu okuyapa omuyabi omuntu uhigira yuhigira
So he was asking, so who is this? No, it's a human being. Does he speak? Yes.
okusha velema amuja makitoluje makupisa mwashiwe ku shimpatiri
So this Zeraiwa was so clever, and then he said, let me give my daughter to be married by this guy,
mwana wajanje
by the stranger.
shimpatiri kingo chingisa mishikapatu jero no
Okay, because this guy was very fluent in English, or it was an Englishman.
okusha apula tensha bantu banga yemo
So that she can listen. What do these people want in fact?
ngwashi mukombolesa
Yeah, why is he following me?
kiba kiwasana nawa
When they happen to know each other.
era wala era ude umboga kwena mbumbu betu kwenye kumwigiriza
So Zeraiwa explained the difficulties that we had to account with in our community.
omwigiriza memu batere
And the English person said, yes, I'm going to assist you.
memu podo ogonjebo na yomo
I will give you 10,000 guns.
lodo ngombenda
Huh?
odo mayimromo maiko to ngombimwe okuyo odo ngombe mayimromo
Okay, so these guns, it will be in exchange of oxes, which means 10,000 oxes.
odo era wala ere mwahe
So that I was told to every member of the Obaherero community.
abe wongoto ngombe
They collected that head of cattle.
abe para kompai
They took them to Walpus Bay
ko baingiriza
to the English people.
kuangalia project ile wonjebo
The English people, they happened to ask Zeraiwa, do you know how to use a gun or to shoot?
kena kushwa pasi amaro
I don't know, but I will try.
ajene mabe kito binyano
Because they were doing a trick there.
abeja shiwa ha ondera ji ko menu yanji matu ko njembo shiwa pa wita pa tuno ko njembo
Yeah. So they did a trick with him that okay, we are going to give you a gun, and there is a bird flying over the sea. If you happen to shoot that bird, we are going to give you guns. If you fail, we will not. Although you are buying your guns.
ombepo ba ti tukalira na njambi kuli meyu
Our ancestral spirits, through our God who lives in heaven,
aliyesha ubonde
they shot that bird.
onjembo jana wambile
and he never used a gun in his entire life, but was shot that day. And he was given these guns. So these things was communicated to the Germans. So these people, they got 10,000 guns. Yeah, 10,000 guns.
Here, 1902, 1903.
When it was 1902, 1904 now. Okay, 1902. Yeah. 1902 to 1903. Yeah, they came with another trick that guns are sick, so they say like a flu in guns. So we want to collect all the guns so that they can be injected. Some people they never knew this. They gave their guns. They never knew that, they never knew that. Yeah, and some of the guns, if you want to shoot and they don't give bullets out, they made to understand those guns are sick. So they were given those guns.
In 1904,
they keep that gas infected way. Yeah, in 1904, in Okahanja, it was Sunday. It was Sunday in Okahanja, 1904.
But I will cut it because it's the time. 1904.
Okay, 1904. Yeah, there was a Nama lady who was working in a casino, who was well equipped with German language, but she pretended that she could not hear anything or understand anything in German. So this lady who was working in a casino, she was pretending that she could not understand German at all. So the German, they whispered that we want to kill Samuel, and she was a little bit, she was in love with alcohol, so we will invite her to the bar, and through that we will kill her. So this lady was pretending that she could not speak German at all. Now, because she heard the news, she transformed this message to Samuel. So after hearing this news, so Samuel escaped to Obiombo. So they invited Samuel to come to a party. Yeah, and Samuel did not arrive. They were very angry. There was a gentleman with the name of Kamaifara. They call him Kukuri. It's a significant in the church of Martin Luther. Oh, he was very angry. And a Nama person with the name of Namaro. So Kanamaro was also waiting in the casino. They happened to steal 2 guns. Let us fight the Germans. They shoot the Germans. It was Sunday is when the war started. That's why my mom ran away and she happened not to have his biological mother. Okay, now, so we were at which number?
Number 4.
Okay, the good thing of him, he just want to narrate the whole German history without question. I don't know whether you should go to the questions or you just go from point 1 to point 0.
Now, 1904,
Yeah, okay. Now, because everything what he will explain is covered here.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, let him explain until he comes to the end. Yeah, okay, now let's come to the 1904 genocide itself. Okay, this war. So this war took only for a number of 4 years. Yeah, so this war took about 4 years, and to the generals it was a big wonder. Now they called all the generals. So the general were called, and it was well explained that we conquered the other African tribes, and it was only a question of 2 to 3 hours. Now, what is wrong with these people? For 4 years, we are just fighting them. Let us kill these people. If we kill them, let's cut their heads, take them to Germany to see what is in their brain. Something very painful. Your man is shot. The wife is brought. So you need to unskin this head. Your own biological, your own husband or your own child is killed. After you kill them, you say, can you unskin that head? Your own husband. So which indicates that it was very, very painful. Your husband is killed in front of you. They give you a knife or a whatever just to unskin that head. Yeah, some of these histories it's very difficult. Yeah, you provoke that person who was really injured. They did that person. Sometimes these men, they took him and bent him on a tree. And okay, so what he's saying is that this man is kept, they bent him on a tree like that one. While the man is standing on the tree there, they rape your wife in front of you.
And even the men.
And even the men. So this war, it destroyed lives. They ran. Yeah, if you happen to have a baby that is still young and carried on your back, the wife is tired. The child does not get milk anymore. The husband is afraid that the wife will be killed. Okay, the men give an order like, please can you go to that tree? We will take a small rest here with our baby. So this man lift this baby either under a tree or somewhere there on the ground. When a wife asks, where is our baby? When you left, the husband responded, when you left, the baby died. So let's better go. That's how it happened. That is the difficulty that we encounter. Some of them fled to Ovamboland, some of them fled to Botswana, some of them fled to Nama land, or the southern part of Namibia. Okay, I would love to elaborate more, and through that you can choose what to put in and not to put in.
You can say as much as you want.
mukulu umuhimbi
God is so have wonders.
Ombu yapa
You are a white lady with this coat,
katika kushoka kwa hebu sura ya
and we are not saying all white people are bad. Not at all.
kwa moyo moyo
We the Hereros, we don't say that.
mwalimu honke bali jumo honke nake skota ndio mudu
There was a pastor who pretended to be a pastor with the name of Michael Scott. Maybe you heard about him. Michael Scott? Okay.
ombu yapa shino
It's a white man like it was white in color like you.
ombu yako yambo shwa na hishwa oshipota o mi horo kuta tumuno butu kiwa
Yeah. So this Michael Scott was so merciful. He's the one who rescued the Overhead nation to take the court to the international, to UN.
tieni memu se hinende
Today, as I can recall,
jamurimo ndapo mwendo
you are in the same path of Michael Scott.
kinga ulumu yapa shino mwendo
Yeah, you are white.
kutura tiro kutani nani tumuno kamu kutuyo
You are light in complexion like Michael Scott. Maybe you were sent to come and rescue us in a situation where we are today.
wero gatandavi
We are not bad people at all.
katundu omuntu
We don't push people away.
kusha hika ku bitahi hipa huwa hipa manuka
After the colonization,
atukambu okutwa morokana
we were put in concentration camps.
kutura kito ombu mokamba
It was about 10 years under the concentration camps. In concentration.
olutereza
The very first one was Luterex.
omunda
It was Swakopmund.
okino ngomu wakati mukahanja oyokandu mujiwo
A very place very closer to Wakahanja, Okambu Monjuo.
okuba etero muikite yo kapito hanga kwa bajo shinduka
Okay. In a concentration camp, they happened to encounter to a certain disease which was very dangerous to the community.
akulunga ndo pela mwapika badina kino mungwana
So they were told to buy tablets in the pharmacy.
then ondo musitema oyo bele
Yeah, because this disease is going to finish them.
abenindikizwa kono
They were actually forced.
bili mubakamba betwale okukara kana mitibi
Yeah, those who were in a concentration camps, they were forced to go and buy those tablets.
abekoka
Yeah, they bought the tablets and they died.
siyaweza takamite ndi bukalamaze kanzo ili amunyu na
Some were very clever and said, there was a trick like guns are sick, let's collect the guns, and then through that our guns were taken. Now they come with another trick, go and buy those tablets, maybe they are about to feed us.
kitu ya orandalo ndura kona kukodesika kuina mia kunya
Yeah, after they seized our commercial land, they took us as far as places where there is no water, no enough grazing.
paka injili ya mali kontrete kwa shauri mkubahiri niwa kunyanga uyantekwe au mwisha mwachi wakanashi
It's where from Trota read in an extermination order that the Overherero and the Namas must be exterminated on this earth.
omea avekwamo omawanga borombu
Yeah. So they put water, they poison this water in the walls. They put like they poison the water hole.
obanuzira vekukere momea
Some of the people they died on the spot while they were drinking this water because they were flying.
ivavetonyota
They fled. Some of them died of hunger.
kibachanga obajo obahirwa itere esere
Okay, when they wrote in some of their writings,
Una reason.
they said the hero who perished was about 100,000.
Marabatum mayo no hamtan.
but the actual number is 80,000, 800,000 in fact.
Uma ve hingirembo,
Those who were saying that
ombo badepe,
is that the killers.
uma ve hingiro bandu, ndambu badepe.
They were only they were only saying that for the actual people they killed.
Obanachire pimbamba njego amukuti,
What about the children who were left in the butchers?
baganda tumzakatira mukuti,
What about the women who fled who died in the street?
wapotuwe pimbakatira mukuti,
What about the blind people?
kushamoa gakuna kunja kuba gakato okitiro kigenda.
Whether you want it or not, it was a genocide.
Kushamoa gakuna gakato okitiro.
Yeah, whether you want it or not, it was a genocide.
Kombundo kutukiro injingi tunayondi.
Yeah, after our independence,
Kutukiro ipaho majority.
yeah, politics, it's about numbers.
Hakwete ukanane hili mreka na ishi.
Are we ever going to lead this country with this one number?
Tukushi wandu kutoro ya pavata.
Yeah, because the people who are supposed to vote for us, they are dead.
Waka hupo wandu mayomi murona eltando pomiro mwira.
It was
Baka kala motu.
yeah, it was only 15 up to 20,000 people who were in the concentration camps.
Wandu bata motu mwira ngapi kavina chiwara.
And those who died in the concentration camps, how many numbers?
Wandu baka tako mshombozi ngapi. Kwa kuluters.
Yeah, how many people also died at the concentration camps at Luther's?
Tekatutire wandu mayomi mtatu.
It was not true that we died in a number of 800,000.
Mikambuja kaino paka hupo mayomi mwari kwa wandu 1.5 million.
You know, maybe we were 1.5 million as I can guess, but only 20,000 people survived.
No one can do better than
Yeah, and if you can recall, who are those survivors?
over minimum very no matter.
It might be men who were very strong. Yeah, because this war, when people fled, women were not so strong enough to fled. Only men. I'm about to come to conclusion. Let me talk about the stars. When the skulls came back, there was a bit of quarreling like a quarreling between the local tribes. As the current government, which is led by Ombu, and who are also in the majority, they said it is all nations who were massacred. Yeah, who were massacred, who were in Namibia during the genocide. Because God knows why. You see that sign? So yeah, that sign is a clear indication for all for our Hello people. They removed 4 of them, as he showed them there. Or they cut them into this form.
Piece. Like a piece.
The front teeth on top.
So
those are the clear indications that indicate the people who were massacred are the Herreros because of those signs. Yeah, those are the only tribe that removed those teeth. And those from top to bottom, those are the signs to indicate that this is over here. The number, this bone, this bone is a little bit sharp. Yeah. Like we and you, we are a little bit the same. Yeah, we don't have that like a ball. Yeah, if we were not had that ID to say the colonialism that we have now, and we don't have land, we don't have people that can vote for us. Yeah, it was about to be cleared that the Obaherero and Obambo and Obaherero, actually
All the tribes.
yeah, all the tribes were massacred in genocide.
But it's not true. Obaherero, you know.
Yeah, it is only Obaherero and the Nama because of those indications he indicated them.
Obanama lutenga bihikalira kwando ishi.
Yeah, Nama were sidelines with Germans
Kibe ya Muhammad Kali.
when they came to Ohamakali.
Kwando ishi shiba tuoro mashe. Wodompulamba umire hambumu.
The Germans took a baby of 2 months.
6 months.
Okay, 6 months.
Oshabe umbume uru kuno wakwena.
They throw him in the air with the namas.
Oshabe kamburiye no pio to wanje bondi.
Yeah, and they received that person with a bayonet.
Mkwenda shasha bi. Kaeni na bosi. Mkwenda shasha bi. Kawendo ba.
The namas, they said, how can you take a baby of a few months or 3 months or so, you throw him in the air, and once he comes back, you receive him on a bayonet, a gun, like a knife. It means you are unhuman. What did this small baby do? And then they said, the Nama, they said, let us die with the heroes. I think I'm done. If you have any question, you can ask. Very emotional. Because what he's saying, it is exactly what he said. That's why he said his color. That is because of his color. We don't have a land. If you have time, it will be very much for him to invite you to his place where he stays.
I would love that.
Mara.
If the government say I must be removed from that homestead, I will be completely left with nothing. Yeah, because we don't have ownership. We need to understand that the land is independent. The land is not independent at all. What actually came just apartheid. That is only it is only thing which was taken away, only apartheid. If the land is independent, you must be restored to your original ancestral land. We are not so mad. Our statement is very simple and clear. All of us were born in this country. So take one part and give us the other part so that we can live together. I'm answering to the question you posed. How do we live now after independence? We are not independent at all. Our women, they don't have men. Men does not have women. If you are poor, you cannot have a wife because you don't have a land. The children, they don't have their fathers because your father is too poor. Whether you want it or not, this is a genocide. We were also told that when we were massacred, the UN convention was not in place. So what I want to understand, what I want to know is that so this genocide, does it only happen to us over Herero or also to the the Jews, when the genocide happened with the Jews, was there any law or not?
Nungwa eva kwetu shiwa tutwa.
Where are the Jews are paid?
Netaka tutwa.
And we are not paid.
Epuliro.
Just a straightforward question.
Ovaruga kulu uswapo.
Yeah, the Blend Combatants of Swapo.
South Africa imeleta.
They got money from South African government.
They were
given for the Southern. Houses were built for them. Our money which supposed to come back to us, it was directed to the government. Who was killed? Your mother in inheritance. Would you give it to any stranger? If Michael Scott were to be born again, like you who are in the footsteps of Michael Scott, and the way you had a fruitful discussion this morning, please cry to the world, cry to the international court, whether you want it or not. If Overherero does not have the land so far, the war will not end. And I rest my case. So, from his countdown now, does it make sense or not? That is what we want to find out. Yeah, no. The interview from you now, does it really make sense or not? What he spoke to you now?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And you are at least to have clear info.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Next person, eh?
Don't mind me, I'm just listening.
Okay.
I'm Bunga's friend.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Maggie.
School, we get together for school.
Where's my book?
I don't know, you took it, remember? I don't know where you put it. Do you want the one you gave me?
So, Papa?
Do you want that one?
Komponyama? Mufia madume?
Yeah.
Oh. Ukiona sasa komponyama to nyingine kwa kompyuta fanya? Mwami nasha? Uilo ndio chata ya madume. Oh.
Hi. I'm Maggie.
Angie?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. Are you doing a testimony?
Okay. What is okay? Nimesema manaye menupe nawe. Nomora ya kono ndio onora, mbata tuimwe. Okay, ngombura ngapi?
And here's a list of the questions.
Okay, what I'm quite happy with the previous speaker, because he was hearing that the history. So I think it would be very much better for him to. I know the questionnaires, but it would be better for him just to give you the floor and then he will explain everything, and then I will do the translation. himbi biuna yo kodi kupamira kadiro vatwa ove kasasa ndiyo so ya chimwe chinango okakamaka tengera mumoto kuja enaro yochikwe ya opulire po chitiyo chitibo no yeko mekupeka chisuru apo chitiyo chinyanja hiya po shiruwa mune mo banene ruwe nibapulire pino bapanjara iya bikwa bibi hapanjara renu ya obokobosho mundu kombunga lobudu bino ibindi ndipo ndo bino ne mutu wambo wangu ukabila na ya polio na panjara iyo mashitu uja mutu nenabe o enabe opulire pi oshitibi olumune bono zobona Okay, my name is very simple, Wahuma Hei. I'm born at a place called Orunahi. My biological father was born at Okazombambaro. He was about 16 years old. Yeah, when the genocide happened. Yeah, our homestead was at Ombu, Kalambambaro. Also. We had a number of about 11,000 head of cattle. Yeah. And sheep. Yeah, that was the wealth we had. We walking. My grandfathers were 4. The father to my father was Mani. He gave birth to 1 daughter and 4 boys. When we started, they were part of the Samuel battle. They came to Ohamakari. We also went to Oshihenza. Place called Ombu. We came to Okasharira. And we went to Omuramba Washurunju. So during this battle they went to the side of Oshimene. Okay, the smaller brother to my father, he departed with the Samuel battle. My second father, he went to the battle which led to Nama area. He went to South Africa. Died at a place called Ombu, place in South Africa. My father who was left behind here, he was captured. One of my elder father was killed at a tree, actually hanged. The one who was left who gave birth to us. Yeah, he was a little bit younger. Yeah, he was kept in concentration camps. Oh, mistreatment happened to him. And then they were released from the concentration camps with his biological mother. They went to Oshifelu. From Oshifelu, they were brought to Oshongoro. From Oshongoro, they were laborers. Yeah, all these 11,000 head of cattle was gone, completely gone. Yeah, so when they were laborers in Oshongoro, they were paid half corona. With that little money he bought 1 head of cattle. So he were looking after them, and these cattle started to multiply. Yeah, this Oshongoro, yeah, it was also under the German territory. Yeah, he was stayed there for quite a short time. Misunderstanding happened, and then he moved somewhere. He fled, back to Maheke region, especially at Osholondu area. Yeah, one of our homesteads was originally from there. Yeah, when he fled, he was staying there for quite some time. When people were released from concentration camps, he came to Orunahi. It's where we were born. We were a number of cultural family. We grew up in Orunahi. We only had 3 head of cattle. That's where we made a living out of. Yeah, upper western biological mother. And 2 sisters. We stayed there at Orunahi. And then we went to Okonjatu, where we grew up. And we managed to live on those 3 head of cattle. Very difficult. My biological father happened to buy, he bought a horse. So this horse, it was sort of an income to us through hunting. So we were living on only 3 head of cattle, and we also lived through game meat through this hunting process. He died at the age of 108 years. He died at 1987, somewhere there. Yes, so when he passed on, we were left behind. And we are still living there with very poor living condition. Okay, that side I'm done. Yeah, but Kushita kindo vitambi oshipenya kaponu pakaonje iye mo ya vitambi ya samu erambi ngo asitu na uri vitambi ya samu erambi ali ya puli kwenda umeelewa. Okay, let me start with the genocide. The genocide started in Okahanja. The Germans, they wanted to get rid of someone. So there was the Germans had in mind, if you get rid of someone, then it's a clear indication that you took over the land. So someone was traveling a lot between Windhoek and Okahanja. So they had in mind that they organized a troop between Windhoek and Okahanja. If someone happened to come to that area, he must be killed. I don't know whether someone had a Nama girlfriend in that line or not. Who in fact who was working in a casino. So this lady was pretending that she could not understand any word in German. So these Germans, they were whispering about Samuel, and this lady pretended that she could not understand German at all, but she was very fluent in German. So this lady communicated to Samuel that the Germans, they are about to kill you. So these Germans, they happened to invite Samuel to come to Windhoek for a dinner or party or something, as one of the leader to come and have fun with the Germans in Windhoek. So they set up a group just between Okahanja and Windhoek. If someone happened to come into that area, he must be assassinated. So unfortunately, the message about assassination was communicated to Samuel, and Samuel could not take that road. He was taking another strange road, and the Germans, they happened to find only him in Windhoek. So to the Germans, if they happen to find him arriving in Windhoek, they could not understand why, because we set up a troop, and how did he pass through over to us? So Samuel came to realize that I should call all the Germans together in order to organize a war. So he went to Oshipegu for some various meetings with the overhead. So he had a meeting with them. It was they were strategize how we enter into a war. He was using a phrase like let's die fighting. They organized a certain day. When we came to Okahanja to launch this war, before they reached Okahanja, there was one commander with the name of Namarwan Unuhe who shot the first shot of the battle. So people fled from Okahanja, they went to Okanjira. Yeah, so fun. Samuel came from Oshifelu, they went to Okajira, and where various people met there. Yeah, so everybody was gathered now in Okanjira. A number of Obaherero were assassinated, were killed. So the next morning, the troop of Samuel went to Obiombo. The Germans happened to find them in Obiombo. So the Germans, they were ahead of them, so the Obaherero, they were about to travel there. They fought in Obiombo. From my own collection, or from my head, from my biological father, the Obaherero won that battle. So the Germans were defeated. The other battle happened in Oshorondipa. Someone was also part of it, with a big number of soldiers. In Oshorondipa, there was a wealthy homestead under Kabalembi clan. So these Kambalembi homestead, they were living under, very close to the mountain. There was also another troop at Onjombo Papa. So it was set up by the Germans. Another German troop was at Osholo Gombe. Yeah, it was in the range of the Osholo mountain. So it was a good trek especially for the cannons into that mountain area. Yeah, so the Okambalembi homestead who was living into that area, it was hardly defeated. Some people fled to Ovambo land. Yeah, the survivors, those who left behind, many of them, they died. From Onjombo Papa, people from Omaruru, okay, the troop from Omaruru, they arrived from Omaruru and had to find the Germans there. They fought and quite a number of Germans were massacred. Yeah, the troop from Omaruru, because they defeated the Germans, they realized that no, this war is over. Let's go back to Omaruru, where we are coming from. Yeah. Yeah, they went back, and we are saying they left that space open. By Isondobi, they left that space open. It was kind of an entrance for the Germans from Amaruru to Waterbeck and those other areas.
Kuja Samuel Wayakoshiro Mahamakari
Samuel went to Ohamakari. There were a number of German troops who was based there. A wagon or a battalion was under Shesho of Oshisewu clan. When they fought in Ohamakari, so we made to understand, or we used to say the Germans, they won. Yeah. So we are claiming that Ovaherero won that battle of Ohamakari. Yeah, that is the time when Fontrota was around. Yeah, so Fontrota was now the new leader of this battle, and then after fighting in Ohamakari, they went to Oshihenda. There was a small river or a small pit. Yeah, Erindi. Yeah,
The pond.
Yeah.
Water pond.
It was a pond, water pond, where the Germans gathered in order to restrict the Ovaherero cattle not to drink water. A number of days came, and no water was taken from that water pond. Okay, Samuel came with his troop from Mahamakari to Oshihenda. He was using a gun which he got from the Germans. No, yeah, from the English. So this gun was used by Samuel, brother's son. He was named to Wilhelm. So his son was using that gun strongly. So this Wilhelm was one of the sharpshooters. He was using this gun, and the gun was very hot. I mean, it was about to melt. And there was a gentleman with Kandandi was also in a very close range, and so this Wilhelm asked water from Kandandi. Yeah, so this Wilhelm was one of the sharpshooters, and Samuel wondered, why is he asking for water? Is he afraid or yeah? So Kandandi brought this water to Wilhelm. Yeah, so he poured this water into a gun because the gun was about to melt. Yeah, so the gun. Okay, so yeah, so the gun cooled down because the gun. So he was using this gun very hard, and then the gun was about to melt, and then he got this water. He put the gun into the water, so the gun comes to normality and so on. A number of Ovaherero and Germans were killed at Oshihenda battle. Yeah, so this Wilhelm released everybody there. So the cattle and everybody came to the water pond to drink.
Ombu.
From there, they went to Ombu in a place in the vicinity there. And then they went to Wakashabeba.
Okamatangara.
And then Okamatangara.
Oshombindi.
They went to Oshombindi. This is where they get a bit rest. So during this battle, because the Overhero was fleeing, the Germans managed to go to places where there is water and they poisoned those areas where they knew Overhero would come there to drink water. So Overhero came there. In a quite number of people who fled, all of them died because of this poisoned water. And then, so during those escapees, they went through Ocean area, about to flee to Botswana. The other group went to Oshitelu. They made to understand that all these places are kept by the Germans. They came back to Oshimbingwe. Oshimbingwe is where they bought guns from the English. They thought that maybe Germans were not there, or the Germans never reached there. They also made to understand that Oshibingwe is more surrounded by the Germans. They fled to Nama area. It's where I alluded earlier that one of my elder father was there. And others more. They fled to, they came to Nama land or Nama area then. So what basically happened is that they were walking in a certain directions. Once the Germans followed them, they make a U-turn, and they happened to kill the Germans only the Achilles by that time. Yeah, so it was a nice trip because the Germans, they realized that now we are in Nama area, so basically we were killed by the Nama but not the Overhero. So the Germans then fighting with Namas. They also issue an extermination order to the Namas that all Namas must be exterminated or must be wiped. I also forgot one thing that at the Ombu from Tota issue an extermination order that all Overhero must be wiped out. That is basically what happened in Nama, because they did that with Overhero. Now they also did that with Nama. So my father fled to South Africa. They went as far as Ombu in South Africa.
Kusha wakopa wana she tano.
He gave
Wakalona betatu.
He gave birth to 5 children, 2 boys and 3 daughters.
Gambo kubiri.
They are still alive.
Wakalona yegari kata.
2 girls passed on recently. One of the boys passed on recently. Yeah, 2 other elder brothers, they are still alive. Up to date, they are still alive. So, yeah, so basically they were left with nothing. So we were left with nothing up to date. We strongly believe that we are still alive, and we have in mind that the Almighty God might give us assistance. That is basically what that is basically what I offer to you. I didn't want to go very much deep, but this is what I have for you now. Yeah, okay, when Samuel fled to Botswana, first he arrived at a place called Otau. Okay, so Samuel was welcomed by one of the Tswana kings. Yeah, he was there with hunger and so dispossessed. He went further as Mau. It was also basically the same, no proper accommodation. And then he fled further to, she went further to Mahalape. When he came to Mahalape, so his people went into the community, start with gardening and so on, because they had a good rain over there. Yeah, so the gardens which only based on rainy season, they don't last long. He went further, he took some of the people together with him to South Africa in the mining sector. So he was based there for quite some time. And then he realized that, oh, let me rather go back to Botswana. Some people were left and they died there, buried there. Some people who fled with him to South Africa came back with him and they died in Botswana. When he died in 1923, Seruwe, Botswana. He was buried in Seruwe. He was asked to come back to be buried in Namibia. He was asked to come back to be buried as the mother homeland. The British government, who was ruling Botswana at that time, they agreed to bring his remains back. it's when he came back. Yeah, many people who fled with him, many of them, they were buried there. Many people who fled with him, most of them they died, they never came back here. Yeah, the Rukode clan is the one who brought Samuel back to be buried in his motherland. He was transported by a train from Botswana up to Okahanja. Yeah, that is basically what I have for now. Any question or anything to add or anything that you like to know further?
Just one question I want to ask. What does justice for the genocide mean for you?
Yeah, situation jashino pona kushunzi wambi nabihendi. Hapo ngakuja shito vembo o washiri mbanga musituzi nyajobu. Yeah, this genocide really messed us up. It destroys our lives. We lost our lands. The ownership we had, even our mind was so colonized. We lost everything. Basically, we don't know where we are right now. So, from our own analysis, we are in big danger. Yeah, so wakuja pishi pishi. Kwa mune ngokwe. It is understood that the Germans might have a plan to bring our wealth back. That is what we only hear from various discussions. If it happens, it might bring us to better livelihood. That is what I'm having in mind, but from my own analysis, it's true that we lost everything. Yeah, even our humanity, we lost that. We don't have that anymore.
Thank you so much.
Matukaenda katiti uri na waswera Ombu village twashanai omukuma wa Shuarongo kalojo katiti ugerimbo omono vipikiro vinene waban veherero mono vipikiro vinene wo olombuda de ungano chitiro chinjanjana kama viembia kaenda makatiko moho kombo baherero nukwene kumoroforo vede uri kurambi kunange ucha utukushia udinga kwa kwenu berimbo kutokuya njombude nji mundu wari mapulate nokutalira kuchambia kaendapo ibikena makatiko chiwana chobaherero no ambanderu ono chitiro chinjanja shihe usha kwa miuri ndukirepo mbako yetu okereka mikitiro mapiti zirongo mana mwenye udiriko rukwiko amatukaenda pamwe uri na ufupi twacha tumuna ithire ulimbo obyu okuja pena iye nomapeka ende vandu venga pimberimba paronganiro vandu vengi shinene mbeya kwa icho chichitwachi osho kuja matukaenda nao lino mahungi yoimba na mbena okugetera ufupi uli chambo atia komandira icho chichitwa chini omutoloke kumatoloka mbo mwithani wetu mukuru kero ngome tutolokere mbo chingirisa mboku ya ujo wahingira beni mamu wedu maonjongo uli matumitiro mana munya uko nino kuhepa
Yeah.
Sorry, cameras.
Sonda. Okay. 2 years con bandanu? Yeah, que pena ori. Yeah.
So the last couple people that went, first of all, I'm Maggie. It's nice to meet you. The last couple people that went just told their story without the questions. Do you want me to ask you the questions, or do you want to just talk for you?
No, I want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be brief.
Yeah.
You can talk for as much as you want.
Yeah.
We're here to listen, record. If there's any question that you don't want to answer, it's totally fine. Just let me know and I'll just go for it.
But I prefer to speak in my
Yeah. I will do that.
Yeah, of course. Totally fine. So, first question, can you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm American Kantu from Beserwa. Bakwatirwa ko kama rukongoro yakanagurika panye mandori n'ibyo mirongo biri mo shoro ndipari dena mukoro kakarako.
I was born at Okamaru. Yeah, at Okamaru. The other one he said there is something poetic which I could not translate into English. It's something that more deeper. Yeah, it's where he grew up, but it is in Ocean Deeper region. So the more name
Yeah, nikienda mkuu wa opera mwaka amba mama katumike kashimbo cha mlanini mama hepo kapanda kashimbo kutonya nyanda chitwa cha chipati. Yeah,
from his mother's side his Omukuyuba is a matrilineage. Yeah, the rest we leave it for other translations. Okay.
Yeah, amba munakwenda tayaka tuteka chibanda chomba chia.
Okay, you can just say that.
Yeah, amba mukwenda tayaka tuteka chibanda chomba chia. Badamu tate, mama menefia kaiko.
Mother is menefia kaiko from on the river plain.
Yeah, mutate babu mumitri kamano ngisa lomo.
My father is one of the old teacher Kamau. Samuel Kamau. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. Amo muna kwenda ta yana overtokana miaka mwa. Yeah.
There is something material what I was trying to explain there. Yeah, okay. Another question?
What do you know about your family from before the genocide?
Yeah. Chimeshiwa. Okusha ovinambi meshiwa okungana vanene vanje komurungu oyoshitiro shinjanja meshiwa kusha vanene vanje vakwatirwa ko vile okushikezo chiri kombanda ndikiripa.
Okay, well, what I know, my family were born, they were okay, they were born at a place called Oshitredu.
Yeah, ovinambi venjiraira venjiraira kuchakunda vatora kuchipfegumbo avero vana chimba kwatiwa kuchipfegu oshipe kuna nondarata je kuna nwamene yawo mbapo vatura uriri ndarata jekushonjara ndarata ayo vahuri.
So what I was told by my parents is that while they were living at Oshitredu, the Germans came with a fence which was colonial fencing.
Yeah, ojo ndarata nji owo oka ave ungurisa ndarata nje kunyanika ko byasa byao no bina byao shiba kumboko mbuda oshibe kukuraro kako ke rweze ndamano kabe kwa okuba shitira abe mtokushindo kugambo abe hitimo mu bitoto oyiko kuwe.
So while they were living at Oshitredu, there was a colonial fence. So this colonial fence, they used to hang their clothes and so on, because the fence just come there and cut the area and so on. So they saw a beautiful fence. They used to hang their clothes and blankets and so on. So through that, they were told that this area is demarcated. Please can you move to other place? And then they moved to Auditorium.
Yeah, o vanene vanje puve njiraira o erubira mama shiviri rutenga o njiraira kusha shiri nundinondinga mbaganei hindora rihewa omandiro o ndwegu yongombo pomurera ongombo au tikipondana nushiri shatindondinga kunje dinongro mirongo hambo ndatu nusharairo mshandi ekabo yari kuchitwe kusamara.
So it was one of the prime area, especially for grazing. So a ram, if a ram grow into that area and so on, it grow into a very huge size, which is a clear indication that it was a good area. And even today she's 83 years old. If they ask her to go back, she will automatically go back because she's well acquainted to the area. She will definitely go back because it was a prime area where she lived with her own eyes. She can witness that.
Yeah.
Another question?
What was your family's economic status before the genocide?
Yeah, oshashimehe kushabari kondowa dwarino okutukuwokulisiramo oshibaro bantu babe kufuna washinene obiku mena kuchaka kwarino hostora shinene nobinambi omade orongombe baungura ongali kinawo okushabaro mu obantu mama mukane ni atoro nkokombe bantu babe ehabo kuna wa mababu biashara ilikuwa na roho kwamba shaba hiki kipindi hapo ya ukipe aita na kula hapo.
As I have indicated earlier with the other people, so we never had beggars. So our people, they lived together as a one big family. So his grandmother was alluded to her that during that time, because it was a prime area, so everybody, they used to have a cattle fat that I explained to you yesterday. The cattle fat, they used to cook fat cakes, what you ate now, with that fat, and they also happen to invite other close family to come and have festivity or meal with them. Because of the Herero, we do accompany each other, we keep ourselves together, we help each other as one big family.
Where was your family's ancestral land?
Very good. Okay, the area where her parents was is called Oshitredu. It's one of the good prime area, which is very close to Hosea Kutako International Airport. It's where they were based.
How was your family impacted by the genocide?
Yeah, ushashimba he obanene banje o chitro shinjanja shibi bunda cheve hahaura cheve nyona cheve hanano mihoko vyao vakarivo vanhu napano ngwakakaramo ngwakakaramo kavechivatirapana kavechikapa muchino vanhu vainemo chashavikara chitiro chinyanya chahahaura vanhu vedu sharimo vanhu vedu vanachi varikomana ndimbo chiarunda.
Yeah, so the genocide itself, it destroys lives, it destroys land, it divide people along smaller groups and so on. People don't meet each other, they were divided, they don't meet anymore, they don't help each other anymore. And this genocide war, it divided people. We also have some names in our community called Onjembo Yarimbo Vandu. It means the genocide war destroyed people. Yeah, they were scattered all over, they don't help each other anymore. So it was a big destruction to the Obahima community.
How did your family talk about the genocide when you were growing up?
Yeah,
The head was boiled and were given a knife to take off the skin, and these cards were taken to Germany for some scientific studies. So, which was really, really painful when it was discussed either around the fire or even by members of the community or by their grandfather or grandmother themselves.
How did you grow up commemorating genocide?
Yeah, amimba chinene nene chitiro chinjanjachi bishipura tena chinene kombara yetu yakapita aifanwa kusha o kumbara kulonga komakura mwashengo kumbaita wari nate mutamuna nina ihe kama kaitkishi wari kwa imari kwako kwatura kongori yakamiro ndambe longorona shiri wetu honga chinene nene chitiro chinjanja etengwe kutupa turo muko chinene nene chitiro chinjanja kutuhonga nokubida mushanangwari kwari bina byakana ngwini peke kubiruba natari banene no tamini mi birombura bulungu bitamimba amambo muranji pokiambe shugo onto biba takapita.
Although I had a genocide info from my parents and so on, I also want to thank our former paramount chief who passed on, Dr. Koi Mariwako, who started the genocide reparation in full swing. Yeah, because it was discussed in Parliament, and people, so we could hear more about the genocide and so on. And with the return of the scars, it was also an eye-opener for us as young people. Although I'm turning 50 today, I had this some good years back. So Chief Rijuako enlightened us more about the genocide, and we are quite happy that he came with that idea. And we have more info on the genocide up to date.
Are you currently involved in farming?
Chinene uriri bikamura mukuta chinene bikonji kaukuta okumando shivano kufaike wiki ushitu kupira ku bilongo yetu bino bikudoma ushitu de pe bina munyona chimba amane bino gondunda ko kaudiri tato bintu kana ku ushitu bina menisha ko udiri wangu katu mwana warwe ko ude ku tiamde ku poritu orora tatira ko ututa ushututa wo bikuni ko ututa wo no ina munyobe.
Okay, yes, I'm a farmer, yes, but nowadays we were driven into a semi-desert area where grazing is not enough at all. And there is a certain tree that grows there. If the small animals happen to eat that piece of leaf and so on, they happen to die. Even as I'm sitting now, I lost some of my sheep and goats and so on. And if a Herero person lost either a cattle or a cow, because we are cattle-centered people, so we are living on farming. So if you happen to lose either one or two or three, it's a loss to us, because our prime area or our prime land were taken by the Germans. We don't live there anymore, so we were pushed into those semi-desert areas, and now we are suffering a lot because of genocide that happened.
So these areas with the trees, do you try to keep the animals away from the trees, or like how do you try to farm around it?
mukonjita nashino mwana bushkonjitwa chishuri machimechi pene nashire pano vina kati yuko kuranda no kuno ndiru kushaute pe kofia ushikando chihe koshikotoka kushaku ndi kutokushukure kushukura mona opanjara kuwa panjara kukambo yanu kupero padishinene ari kane kurangire nanda yeti ari ofara mai murinje na hiyo vanhu bapanjara.
It is quite true. Your question is so valid, but the problem is that there are some chemicals that we are using in order to kill those small places on. So those chemicals are very expensive, and those poison leaves, they are very fast. Yeah, you might cover one area and the other area like that. So meaning they tried by all means to survive on that. You lost one or two and so on. There's no other way where you can go and go ahead with the farming. So it's a question of survival of the fittest. Yeah. So at least if you happen to get either one farm and then people can share, especially in the prime areas, it might be better.
So you farm livestock like cattle, sheep, goats. Is there anything else that you farm?
Yeah, chicken also. Yeah, there are chickens, there are pigs.
Which is your favorite animal? Do you have one?
Cows.
Do you own the land that you farm on? Who's the main beneficiary of what you produce? Like, do you sell it, or do you use it for food, or milk, or eggs?
Yeah, for food only. Just.
Okay. How are you teaching future generations about what happened?
It's quite, we are trying by all means to teach our kids about genocide and so on, and we try to bring them along to some workshops and so on, but some of them, they don't believe whether such things happen or not. And some of them, they might take it as a joke. How can people do that and so on? And he's quite happy with the Hitambo Visual Academy to come with his idea and a partnership with you, so that at least we can have a curriculum that will teach people direct. Yeah, so he's quite happy with the program and so on, hoping that it will be in the near future, in order for us to convince our kids that such things happen.
What does justice for the genocide mean to you?
Yeah, maybe Lango or Shifuta or Shifuto Shoshitiro Shinja, she a Momaudio, and that is Lavika Kavena Kuta Tuna Pupede, by hand. She didn't know Opian
Okay, what I advocate is that people must be liberated. People must be liberated and get funds. So through these funds, our children might get opportunity to study further more in the field of genocide. It would be also very vital if the opportunity arises when you get a place like this one, where people can come together and have more information. And culturally, we can come with our cultural aspects, how to slaughter a goat or a cow and so on, how to cook our food, what activities do we perform on a daily basis, and then we can teach our kids on that. And money must be given for free education, especially in the field of education and so on. And through that, we might manage to inform and educate our people about the genocide. And we as parents also, we might also participate to come and teach our children if the opportunity arises.
What should be included in national awareness campaigns and school curricula about the genocide?
Ya, ngape pekara mahungiro okuhongoshi kiroshinjanja ngape shukwe na ushashiri oshitiro shinjanja kushari oshitiro shinjanja shishari koshi shahahaura vi obana nupeya vi obana ishibeye beye mo Namibia beke ku ngubi mo ya hade kwa numbyo yu makuba kondo yu shibaza no kasharo ni bakamuna moyi.
In fact, it's a vast program that needs more attention. Attention in the sense that this material must be collected, it must be taught into schools, it must be put in a curriculum where they elaborate more how the genocide happened, but we need more information on that. And also on the other side of the coin, people must be paid. I agree with that. And through education system, it should not be based on a Namibian aspect. It has to be a global issue where everybody can know and exactly tell the people how it happened and why it happened. Because some of the people, they don't understand how the genocide came here, but through the curriculum that we are about to start, people will understand it better, and the generation to come will follow suit, and they might participate and teach to the others. Because the Namibian genocide, you cannot deny that. It's a fact. It's in black and white. Yeah, of course. Yeah, what also want to add is that skulls were taken to Germany for some studies and so on. So what is the findings? Yeah, so your husband had his cut, boiled him, put him in a coffin, they went to Germany for some studies. So what is the outcome? So those some of the things that we also want to hear. And up to date, we don't find any answer to that.
Is there anything else that you want to share? Anything that I didn't ask you, or anything you want to expand upon?
Ya oshina shime vango kutwakwa myoshami mesha okudono kuhita shimo ushabashito mbele wao kuya okikukambura o mahunginga poku pratena kwete shovandu vinimbo vapatira mutwaihama muchitiro shinjanja nuno huina kwa mushapika kutokuti anda kupeno otuto tuharutu kumavindu ashabika mburo oro contact number zaretu ave tutono nongongore po ave tukura po ave vatire ndarije katiti ndiri muda pehe yakungo mangurwa ehe waingo kuvango kuoronganisa njoboronganisa yonchi ashashito kuhanja ukashinene kushitene angarije potuvere chino hitambo vichwala keteme chia utokara mo notupa mukagara ino rupa mukojatu ino rupa moshinene ino rupa angara vanhu rumwe moshivike veorongana vehungano chitiro chinjanja menda kuti porwere pukuyamba chitiro chinyanya chichamu tude pondondo yoshivike popondondo yeyuva matukangara ayo shine tuveni tweri paka nomini.
Okay, on a final note, I would like to say thanks for your visit to us, and quite frankly, you are about to collect as much information as possible, and I strongly believe that this information will not get dust. We might put that more into action, and then through that we have a company called the Visual Academy and so on, so it has to be more in a practical way, maybe an awareness campaign in a week or two, because if it happens that there might be a gap, people might forget, but if we keep on having workshop and whatever, so it might get into people's minds, and people will get more info and they will participate in much of the programs. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're from Tokumauri.
Ya injo njaro mbude nja njwamba po ishitwa chetu chitu nacho pombu velicha o mbude uli ndumade ongwa o mbude ndumade ongwa hungano chitiro chinjanja mape mbude ndumade kaulu kwa pondo made kashangitiro ko o embopo o mahongero ngoma ekara mu chihengero aicho chitiro chinjanja iyo skole yomitiri getiremba uja mwana uliri kuhungano chitiro chinjanja tulimbo pombako yolokereka kasho ya o minuti uliri ubali utatu opara woku okambreka kulyangano ku kapa haku chama omeva pochi kwa poishi kwa uliri machikaenda mbo ucha tulio live uliri bakwetu kwa Facebook yetu mbako yolokereka tulimona mimbia Ombu village poma tupitithira ngoma na munya wabyongura mbema byonguru ambandino ndi ngati chimatukaenda ku mulungu uliri yaro inavyareka bipo penje okusha matusha nao uliri imbapo tulimba kuna matuyende petu olokombanda tumuyetere kucha mapeka ende pe nounge mbuze mbuma utorombo cha tukotokero kwa mahitiro wayo tulimo kotoni pombu village monganda imwe bipwikiro yo biune ombalu bima byonguru ambana ho wina ngunde mu kotomba olombude ulirindu madyanjwa ukwa mudahe kuzire karere kuruhungire hungana imbimbi akaendapo mwana mimbia mwana 1904 nga kulombura ndandu made alokombunda na indo komulongo ana okushona
but of course with time we're going to get more people where the surnames was changed and all that. So it's different type of surname which has been changed from Oshirero from Nama to Oshirero, so that a family cannot have like a Nama family or Bushman in the family. So those surnames they end up being changed to sound more like a real surname.
Ofupi uriri mba kumwetera mbwa mapeka mburwana uriri kama tumwetere chitwaike tuoro kombanda kushaka tuoro kombanda koma tukaenda ngwe mapya matuka munakoye kombanda ke tuoro kombanda kwa manuka hungi uriri mbuma ukamburwa kama tumwetere pebiperendero bini mwetere mbebiperendero bini mbiri mwinjo misiuma pombu village akusha munikali kwenye mbumuli pekende to you guys who are here our viewers, let's bring for you what is in the museum at Ombu village. We are live at Facebook. This is the evaluation of our Herero house descends from the 1980s to the 2000s. In the beginning it was like this, it goes like this all the way until we reach the 2000s. So goes the attires and how they lived and how the beliefs were. So all the history is written here. And there we go. This is how the homestead descends. It was like a circle. They usually used to situate themselves or settle themselves in a surrounding. So this is how it was done. So this is the 6 pillars of the Ovaherero, whereby they name Jambi. Jambi, it's a god and ancestors. Then the holy fire, where you can see Muriro there, and then the household itself, and then the person who is doing the holy ancestral work, and then the whole now family, and that is how they situate themselves, or how they put themselves. There we go, there we go, there we go. And everywhere is just pictures of the history of Ovaherero, where they came from, the origin and everything. So let's go and move. Here we go. This is the political situation whereby the Hosea Kutako, the paramount chief of the Ovaherero that time, whereby we went to start a political party, Swano, if I'm not mistaken, and here is where we found the genocide, how people were killed and how people died through the German genocide. So this was about 1904, and here it was before the genocide and how they lived before. There we go, all the way, and we are going at the beginning. So now here we come at the beginning of how the people came in Namibia from up. So this is from the origin. So as it is said here, the arrival, the encounter, the 20th century, until we go so forth. So this is what is in the museum. We are bringing it live on Facebook. Please share and like and be with us. So let me show you the surrounding of this Ombu village. Uyu andu veri mombereka urire ufupi ondo masuvire uriri katiti urina ambatu yakomandira izvi ichitwa vihe ndi muchero kunene kuhepa ko maunguriro mawa komatu nguto akara nayo pongo munawo na maunjiro kusho vichipa mavyutu nene mavikanda pungapi anika mombo hama mukarambo uriri oko kunjito ku yanjuru yamete komba kuyokereka atu muchero ndondo chinene kwa viunguro vinene no visemba bitambo iya kuchamba chatumwetere kuti kucha papo Ombu village hapo njo village ini imunikavi poyenji omisioma okucha kuzamo kutona Ombu ni konjo munda bwene chiwo muno mbena ko uruwo mbena popari na imbe vishitwa vinene mahongero na injo olonchinga ya injo obishie napo oruroto ndulipo ndumaruta ndwapo ndumaru vangwamba ya omahongi maekaenda na mundu ko umwe na mundu no mundu okucha matukaenda nawo lili okumwetera mapitisiro ngoma na mweya iya matukaenda nawo basubirwa tuli pamwe chinene maserikali mengi chinene yongurombe waungurwa kuyende nawo lili okucha katono vino vingi matu mupepe njio kucha kako pakaenda nawo lili imbapo Ombu village kunene kuhepa kula matu muyetereo surrounding yo penje mutale kucha penje mape monika biuriri tuli mukambiriko ndokanda titi uriri kwambo tuyaruke ko mundo muthenina ngume ya komba ko yokereka kupita live ngindi malipite ethenina tuya commander iya ombi yakaenda matembonga ya muyeri olefa yeah ujo pombo vile chauri famana kula matumu yetero o mandero waimbi bishitwa binyombi yeah ndo otoroka kopiko mewa ulino kwambo ukotokero kwa na uje mapitire ngoma na munyo moya balamba uliri
Do you want to do it in English or do you want?
Just wait.
Okay. Do you want me to ask you the questions or do you want to just talk?
Yeah.
Makushima tuhungire katunge matunda bae. Mbano kituno makudonga vandu kumavezizvizve wakakwavechikwaa vanorivotiwe uchitire chinyanja hapo vanene wewa weshiru vatu vakambeshiru vamwe vanene vanji vanene wewa varu vatu vachitavi apo wapanjara iye vapanjara hiro liwe vanene wewa tutire pita tutire poliwe apo uchitire chinyanja unga ikashishikiri membo novo ambaranje maikauzungana nao ambano omundu umwe ukanoviria nomiria inakuenda kuti imwe nomwe yashuwa yatavo wazenga shamwa emacha oho kuruka makara yamuka haurumbu ngombe njaumba polive oinembete kama tutorokambi mushima yambo chanje ino njembo maisha bi ashiti oinembe katiti
without it
apano
there's two ways that we can do that one
exactly mulaira
he can do that and then we can do a translation at a later stage.
Precisely.
Where we will just actually summarize what he's saying. Now we have Mundungonu, Chehino, Chimeri Hangununa, Chimeri Hangununa, Shamamu, Mukwa, Moshingi, Dogavino Muhair, Pavino Mahair, Moshingi Dog, Yavi. My name is Poy and Demo. Marakwete, or maybe you have a Mukobango, or Atamuno, or Muda Lipovita, or Yadavia, Livika, and they wouldn't have
let us agree.
That's the same that is done to him also. So it's just that he was not recorded, he was not translated. So all what you do, you just allow him to do it. And then at a later stage we can have that clip and then you can see how we are going to translate it.
Okay, what we're going to do, so we will have a full interview in Oshiro. And then whether 20 minutes, 30 minutes and so on, I can interact there in between and then done. So later, as he's saying, we can naboni moka virongoro enuli. Impane inu on pepo rambanongari and daraukane. Uya mama tu ngire meraka leto kutupukiso kumana uli wazu poli la wishite nujima widu pochihenda shike pochihenda shaka chiyao ko ina bihembe nubi ali poli be somewhere ashikimbo no imbo tupukisa uli. Okay, you can
and then do you want to answer the questions or just talk?
No, just talk.
Just talk? Okay.
Yeah, just talk. You start.
Okay.
Or who are you?
Sorry, it's on the wrong setting. Alright, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, okay, look here, baha kaine kuno omutengwa chikoya usupi uliri ngula tuyambo mea kushavi alikana o binashi bana ochimatu sekala binambi obinashi babikwa famwete o binambi bikwa famwete shimuna okakasane kirokonga o rumwe obita obemo bitanga meraka lweya biru poli bye pongo byaka chiko kumbeka chiko inambete mubaraka ngwale katu chitivi katu bitroka noyo ambano je rumwe oshimundu ngwabire kokule nguwe ya ulimba uno binambya kwatwa mobe uhungano no maserikali gobitu mono mbumbu biduba noyi uje kana kumya kushambi kupeo kalubederikana uhanja uke utamuno bita utango bita utango ronganda uhanja uke nawo shapumwene mwana wanjuli proba chimuti mwachikweru tinga
ngaipwe hei
ngaipwe hei uka umene mkwake anda
mkwenda ndio kama hako juma
odumuno kwatwa miune nambera kuchitima
ami mama ngwenji kwata wonga ndaye mkungu kwina omba bakathuire kamwe chipinge mba bayingu mundu kapura kwa bakathuire kamwe chipinge walambo mbengu wingu atua kondwela mwarumana kushuru no amo mukwenda tawaka muha kunjumba musia kawanangwe wanashivu ruhehe rwango rambuko shundo rairo ndongo mbushikunga rairo ndongo mbushipasio nango lipo ngombe onganda amati ashwacha kongara nouti nokati ketu kakangu ngako bito nakambura kapora kushintu kombe jiri kukawatwashirie ingwingwa katuro ohena kushita ongo ya mambo warara po mapyu ndisha yako shilingwe kunjua ya kasari koronongo jatungwa ika ipiri katunga pambara wamongando ndwigu yongo mbolo ndumbu wamali yandere ya munganda muhatire mundu shimatu mundare teme onde ndo oji harona kondiwo kuronge ya manji hamunika piko atandi kamunika winge amona kehira oge jembonde ga hambo ya rukumande harunga rungo hanga atunu kwa maso wamongando ndwigu jaru itaka ngondo kumuramba ondo ndemba puashirwa na hirovi ngombe ya byanja kangaba pashirwa na hirovi ngombe ya byanja shikoro tukondenga kutoteni na kola vitu binene mbya umbombe usero biko mahoro chwa kanjara hamu kwa wahungwe na hamu kwa wajigoto tatu mchaka nino mwa maonya bango mchaka nino ngawa kumkaeni museo vitu mbya raga mpingene washao shwira maombo yakatana ya mukangeke mbya raga huna oruma kwa muluma
ilimbo
bimbya umbo okashiwa washikumbo kasera nduma beswere chaka hura hino ngombe muyundo kabita tena kabia yana yambaranga obitu inene garira kwa muramba ondo ndemba pokangondo kapapuka mujugo ku haru mwali nongo yoko na konjombo ombe ya byanja hikulo kondenga kutosenya kuora ndi kumero nanjo mwashi waseka meneko kokasho ndumbu konyongia chipo fupi wabonje njifuma kubabuwa wakanga wambingano gatera ndumbu hali wayo kuno mungu nduriwa omwachi wagabonyisi wa mahengo wambepo mukaha ubu umulandu ngurusha mayongu ya mbanga kushambi bihanja ule katiti
akikana uliko na
kuhungano bita weto ngandanda bita ruo hali hera rovita byalipo kangondo byaro nganda sheimba ya korondume ya kashani oko ya muheke mundu abitamba mukaka ungira mbamba muna nambaru shebe muna achabehero bahi pambe usera umikoro ndo yuro nyomba muna nambaru okanu mundu kumuhago serekarera na ingo mundu ngwa hiro pombero kumwachi waho kwambe huru mwana wombe ndiriko himbo kadiri yongo yana mbulanja turando abo ingwitate wetu hirera the munja wahiamba kwa kasela ngoko kwa rumo nyumbu ya kanjowe chifenati uya kulamba po kanjowe bomba kalishitu ondume ombu ya mundu ni angolo kaluze ko ngombera hiamba kwa pombo sole njiri kutaki bombo ndanda wande hali nangoto
bano wali wahanje ukana wanaoto matu wa utaka titi utupemo moshitiro shinjanja so shitiro hii hapu shiru wa kupeta pinu ya pue shiru wa yumbwa pia ishitivi ya iya poli velo ngandantarwa mu vitandu mo dembuko de menu o vitavya vile ukupeta vya utira pia vya piru mako ko mune ulirimba ku oshapua duva
amishimba ruwa njembo ya umba mukahanja murongo yakatunu shibindikiro mukonga nyamba tukwa inyangu kayo mombe ya muhakonga nga matoko ngaliko mama ya umba ikana maro wanunu ayi ko kanjira ya mukanjira ya lambo
kana maro mbako tiko wa umba biha bomba moto pakaonje yembo ya amba umbu ukupuke na ulo kutupa katite putu hina kujo
anjo mwasho washa je ngombe akarondo mubi no anashe kuiwereko ngandara mbwa mitundro horongo maru konganda hiya ronde wesho mureke kana mara u ayi ko yombo ko ombe ashirukarangere ya ndomba imayimongo chinyoko bandara okugata omulamba mbu munene ombombuyo nene walumendu njiri hirwa mwishise njiri kabiwa omumbango njiri bahawaka kuku njiri shiborokiza omuharo okienda biende kwa hamakali yakakongea hinyongo ngombe njono kauze amalindo biho omwasha njo peli ukubiru kwingena shumbuka lejo kabale na katanga omwasha njo peli wa mahali wasamwera omakono mmoja chingundi cha hiya mangura wakati wa wakaipanga angelo bindambona mpira kangara mayo okienda genja chihenda wanje mbufu pimbe izwana ayi ko shawano bikoli ko ngo yakaba oroga chuya ondera yabikange ngikwatire ubutuma ondera ngo ade kwatire kure
no Samuel wa shimo hakutamuna rumoronga ndandu wa ruba ndali kuna Samuel ole nende
bawo nganda kawali kalo hapo bambunga mwalio kamanye kwa ngumbe ya mugoto ya hiyanya nalongwao ondundu duhina kutoko kumana nanjo mwashe peli wakamba uluma matumbo
wakamba matumbo amoja kamba matumbo wa hapo ule wakaumbati waumbapi peta mwana maza
waumba pili ndina chitenda chimakatu watu woshe twanga makapungu
shangepo chihenda mpaka shitishi turuva maze no mujembo ya waita anu jembo ya waita raina ye katiti kumoshi wa uli
au mbungano nyimba ipyara shaningire mea kuinyangu kandandi walu kumbarandu ngawa okupakela mu nyimba iporo
aumbu olongombe adenu monjembo ya waita waita ngo unengwe ya kako oshiperishi kolina biuliro bino bingi wa moha kuhita mona watongo masikio wengo yarambana mapushitiri nyenja hishapo wishiru wapi mamumuse kale wishiru wapi
yo ishitiro hinjanja mbishiru ambiro mutiti mburo mwana mbali ko mbyo bitabi umba serikali rukugaponganda kushilero itatengwingo otirago olunahi kuchitwelana kaunani ngutire mugandi ombonge kwahindwa hiulika ngombe yona yangange muti ungaenda wakasemba inako ngeyama ingwingwa rukirwa kumwambo haina kwa vandu wochitukana vakutwa amumba abuba chipire hinyanya bonde kuru hungiro wahelera
como platine kuhena kuchiwangu kuhonga unengwe otate chikwepo ngundwe chikwepo
tate ngume engu wahe kaimbire wahe ngume shawa rukirwa kumwambo wahina kwa vandu wochitukana vakutwa chiyangu
mwapanjira komune we mwapanjira kupeta pi mwapanjira weekend po ave hupuvi nuna imuri pondondo ineno vanhu valikutiri
yashatu wangandambe hina njia shaimba shakolondume ahoze yamuheke mundu avitamba yamukakahungira mba mwana mbalu yali nongo mboma yomulango na limwe nje itulirapo vilongosho kuokono yayende kwagabo mbambalo kongea kundi bagusho mawini apanjala hinira mundu mwezi kamisa apanjala mawini mingi
mana ulimo chitambacho nekuchimetamo omuntu mutanda noyo obinambi ngabionga ngabipio mashinga opeta pi komungu ngabipwike kupeta pi abihapanjala
ya ndunge nyimwe lipula nje yokusho ina biongwe nituwe mu mashango mu mambo ngetiro ina kuferekale bakugoshinyo kianda wandu no mabenda abetungamba bwire nawa besha balipo beshatatu goma tukafewago kusokupikana kushanga
okambonga make kumupatanako komune we ulilimo yachikepo kwimbo baenda mbere mbamo chakovi opo tumane
mundu mosha ndondo chinene ko omanguliro mawa orumenda behemba bekongolero mbagu popeo eto fondo chinene tu hingo matemba manene kama hiwaro kukaa mwisho wa mwezi
kau kuhepa chinene
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Maggie, you understood, huh?
No.
No,
It was very nice, huh?
no, but you were doing like this.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
That's a nice one.
Oh. Yeah, you stop in. Okay.
na urimbi mali kaenda popo mpako yokereka matu kaenda na uri uthupiriri matu kaenda laifa uri tuyo laifa matu nguru uno uthupiriri katiti nunera muhona o turimo mpako yokereka tuyo laifa ko Facebook o minute mbari ndatuli tu ya komandero o waimbe wichito maikaenda mboma hunjingara maeto oro uliri okupita omana mwenyo uja tuli uliri mpako yokereka penje yokumulaera kuchakako ngiye basubira ko kucha mwakara pomba ko yetu yokereka mwakara po kutarero yungula meme ikaenda laifa katuno vingi penje kumusha ndangi kuja twekwe kumuno bino bina hepero no binine mbitamba kujaga kutusha kuhepa urina kodo weden du mwakara naro
na imwe no bijinja kongole
Oh, okay. Here.
Good day, how are you, ma'am? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, ne?
Um,
Thank you for being with us. Can you share a little bit on how your trip was to Namibia?
It was amazing. I'm from the United States, and this is actually my first time out of the country. George Dalbo is my professor at school, and we connected about this project, and he invited me on this trip. And it's been just such a wonderful and rewarding experience to meet so many new people and help share their stories.
Oh, that was great. That was great. How was your experience at Ombu village?
It was amazing. It was so, I mean, I have no words. It was so wonderful.
So did you get what you expected to see?
And so much more. Yeah.
That is very kind of you. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for being with us at Namibia. We are proud of you guys, what you are doing for us. And Bakuyo Kereka is also thanking you people that you are here trying to make something out of something. So that was good and pleasure meeting you guys. Thank you very much. Bakuyo Kereka, atukaenda nawe riri. Tangiye ko viungura mbima ikaenda po riri vititimbia kaenda po Ombu village katuna vengi riri penje kusha okunine kuhepa kuimba mbakara po pekende mbo kutarira noku katuno vingi riri penje matusha ndangi matusha matupatomba kuyetu yokereka no kainda byo katiti kukatsanambo jimenara ihomuno bepunje puge. Amen.